Okay, now let's take a look at how you do view model first, leveraging data templates, specifically implicit data templates. Starting point for this demo is the beginning of the module there, where we had our customers list view all hooked up through XAML. And in the case of our view model, it's pretty much unchanged. It just exposes that customer's property and populates it on construction. So the first step here in understanding data templates is to first use them in a basic data binding scenario. So the first thing I'm going to do is split my grid into 2 rows of equal height here. And the data grid will fall into the first row, and we're going to add a list box into the second row. We'll data bind that list box to our customer's property, the same one the data grid is bound to. Now, if we run that right now, so what we're seeing is just za.data.customer for each customer. What's actually happening there is when the binding gets the object, it looks and sees if it's a UI element. If so, it can just render it out. If not, it just toStrings the object if it's not told about a data template or can't locate one through implicit templates. So to fix this with implicit templates, let's go define a data template. For that, I'm going to go up to the root here and add a resources section with a data template in it. So we can see here this is just a data template containing a stack panel. It's got a key of customer template. And then to actually use that template, we would go back to our list box and use the item template property. So now you can see we instruct the list box to go use that specific template for rendering out those customers. And now when we go ahead and run, we'll get that presentation of first name, last name, and phone for each customer. Now to make this an implicit template, what we would do is take the item template off, go back to our template definition, and instead of a key, we would give it a data type. Now using the X-type markup extension here is very important. If you've been exposed in Silverlight or other XAML languages that don't have an X-type markup extension, you might be tempted to just put data customer there for the data type, but it wouldn't work in WPF. You have to use the X-type markup extension, which is like a type of operator in XAML. So we basically point to the customer data type, which is out in our za.data namespace, which I already had an XML namespace defined for at the top. And now when we run, we still get the rendering of the customers as we did before with their data template because it's automatically mapping the type of the object being rendered, locating the appropriate data template out of the resources, and applying that as the way it visually renders that customer. Next, let's take a look at how this can be leveraged for wiring up views and view models.